What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. And no, this is not a trolled account. This is not a hacked statement. This is Stephen A. Smith. I don't know what's wrong with it. If your name is Stephen, my goodness, and it's spelled this way, and you black, I don't know what's going on, but it must be a connection. But this explains a lot. He says, I wake up every morning with these two thoughts. He posted this. One, how do I make my bosses more money? And two, how do I get some of it? And you wonder about the words and the things that he say on television. And you go, why would you say something like that? Now you understand why. This is the two thoughts that wake up in his mind. Almighty Finn just said the thing right there. That is literally the most slavish it I've ever heard in my life. And he's right. He's 100% correct. Almighty Flynn has said this thing that that is the most truest statement ever make in this video. That is the most slavish it I have ever heard in my life. That is the honest to God's truth. My goodness. I cannot believe the words I just heard. Woo, ladies and gentlemen, boy, we going through it today, ain't we? Cosby free and all this stuff is going crazy, boy. Now, I'm here to state this, good people. First, hit the like button. Subscribe to the page, of course. Stephen A. Smith having that thought is common. I don't expect anything less of him. It's a common statement. I expect him to say something as stupid as what he just said. Because it's so telling of who he is, who we've grown to know. I don't look at this guy as stability. I don't look at him as anybody that has any morals or character. This is another example of it. I don't know anybody that goes to work going, and any of you listening, I'm asking, do you go to work thinking about your boss? How can I make my boss happy today? I've never had that thought. At any job I went to, I went in there saying, man, I hope, man, they got all this out of the way and done so I can knock this out. I can take my ass home. Man, it's payday today. Good, man. Hope we don't got to work Saturday this week. I ain't thinking nothing about the boss. I'm thinking, do my job, get paid, go home. My boss has never been my concern. His happiness has never been in my damn concern. I don't care if what was going on with the boss. Long at the end of the day, if the only time I'm gonna care about the boss, if the boss don't have my money. Then me and boss gonna have another talk. But this is explaining a lot about Stephen A. Smith. And now you see how his whole life is played out because he's too blind to see it.
I wake up every morning with two thoughts. How do I make my bosses more money? And number two, how do I get some of it? And when I put it like that, there isn't anybody that's not going to be receptive to what I want to say because they recognize that my number one mission is to make sure they're successful. And when you have that kind of mentality, it opens the floodgates because it makes an inordinate amount of people receptive to what you're bringing to the table because they know that you're trying to create something that they stand to benefit from as well, not just yourself. I wake up every morning.
Dummy. Let me tell you something, Stephen A. Smith. They say I gotta get this guy on my team because he's gonna work and break his back for me to be rich. Of course they want you in there for that. You gonna make me a lot of money. I make sure bosses is straight, and then bosses gives me my rewards for making sure bosses is okay. I gotta make sure bosses is okay. Are we sick, Massa? Are we sick, Massa? How Massa feeling today? You think the boss care about you? No, he cares about the money you make him. He don't care about how you feel, Stephen. So why do you care about how the bosses feel? Why are you pushing that out to America? Your family should be first. So in your thoughts, making sure your bosses is happy with you. What happens if your bosses fire you, Steve, or they want to go with somebody else? Then what you gonna do? Huh? How do I get some of it? How about you be a boss, Stephen? Then you don't have to worry about getting some of it. You're getting all of it. Or the majority of it. And you dictate who's getting what. You ever thought about that? But you can't change a worker ant mentality. But to push this on Black America, to make it seem like this is the way, that's where I have a problem.
I wake up every morning with two thoughts. Number one, how do I make my bosses more money? And number two, how do I get some of it? And when I put it like that, there isn't anybody that's not going to be receptive to what I want to say because they recognize that my number one mission is to make sure they're successful. And when you have that kind of mentality, it opens the floodgates because it makes an inordinate amount of people receptive to what you're bringing to the table because they know that you're trying to create something that they stand to benefit from as well.
It opens the floodgates because they say we got one. He's with the program. That's why the floodgates are there, Stephen. So the question you need to be asking yourself, Stephen, is who are you? Do you know people cannot answer those 3 words? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Oh, well, I work at ESPN. That's what you do. But who are you, Stephen? Who are you? Most of these people don't know who they are. They don't know how to even answer that question. Like Brett Favre. I like Brett Favre as a football player. That doesn't mean I want to go to his house and hang out with Brett Favre. I like what he was able to do on the field. Off the field, he might be a complete a-hole. Doesn't mean because he was great as a football player, don't mean in real life that's going to be who he is as a person. We don't know who he is. So, well, at least I don't. Some people will, but I don't. Now, that was just for an example. Now, moving forward with this, Stephen A. Smith is very stupid because he doesn't realize the power he possessed. These are the same people that he talking about, how can I make my bosses happy, who didn't see enough of your worth to fire you and get you out of there. On your own show that they gave you at ESPN, they fired you from the network. So that's how much boss and how could I make the bosses happy? You were making them happy then, Steve. And they fired you. Skip Bayless brought you back on the show. And because of First Take, you became the new Stuart Scott, right? Nah, you were never Stuart Scott. You got rid of journalism and started doing this foolism that you were doing. This foolery. Going around doing dumbass stuff over and over again. Now, because of that, and because you went down this lane of being a complete moron and playing yourself, you never made a path for yourself. They only paid you the money you're getting now because they decided that we want to keep you from going over there with Skip Bayless. Because he was gone. Skip was gone. You wanted to stay home at ESPN. So what you did was go over there and make a deal. So because of the show with you and Skip, it put you in a bargaining position to where you were too valuable to let go. Because it makes ESPN look bad if you go over to Fox. That's the only reason you're there. Once they don't need you no more, you're gone. Then where you gonna be? You had a podcast show that was doing well. You canceled all your podcast show, got rid of everybody when you signed your deal with ESPN. You re-signed your deal with ESPN, canceled everything on the table, and went and moved your podcast to ESPN Radio because it was all part of the deal. They took your podcast, they took everything, and you working all these crazy hours. You got to fly out in the middle of the night, getting 3 hours of sleep, sleeping at an airport, drooling all over yourself, being flown out to Phoenix. Got to go in the middle of the night because they had you in Milwaukee. Now you got to go to Phoenix for the next day, and you're tired. You're on a red-eye flight, and they got you up there, and they sicking you with coffee, and you wondering why you having chest pains, heart problems. You can't even function and move right. That's why you working out with the physical therapy guy, and you're punching in slow motion. You're out there looking bad, man. And the reason why is because you have not noticed your self-worth. Stephen A. Smith, you have a name. You built the name working for Daddy. Well, Zaddy. You've been working for Zaddy all these years, doing their bidding for them, for money. Never realize that your name is big enough for you to stand out on your own. Get your own. You can start your own platform on the internet where you're getting the majority of the money. You can have the sponsors come to you, right? They coming to see you put on a show. You could be in control of your destiny to where the majors want to support you and they got to answer to you. You had the power, but you too stupid because you a worker ant. You don't see the green pastures. You can start your own platform and then have other people come and work for you. They're really working for themselves as independent contractors, but you get paid as your company. Your platform. You're the one that's controlling that ship. So it lessens what you got to do and expands more of what's really going on. It's time for dollars, Steve. You're like, well, I ain't getting 8 million. You might not get 8 million from the jump, but you're going to make some millions. Because you'll make a lot more than me. But think of what you got for it. You got time. Something you didn't have before. You don't have to fly out to Phoenix. You don't got to fly out to Milwaukee. You could be sitting right in your house and say, hi, here I am, Stephen A. Coming to you live from my own house in my basement where I've saved time and energy from having to jump on a red flight and fly all over the country for no reason. Now, at the last minute, somebody gets sick or whatever, they call you in to come fill in. Boxing, here comes Stephen A. Oh, well, you know he was throwing punches back, Mike. And you see how he dipped his shoulder, right? That means he meant business. I'm like, and Max Kellerman's looking like, this guy's gonna talk to me about boxing? Wow. But that's how it be though, seriously. You have a lot of people out here that are just like that. Boxing fans watch fighting for years and they know nothing about the sport. That's a whole nother story in another video. No, I see it a little differently. When you have a mentality that is 100% based on you being subservient to people. Notice he's trying to compare it to doing for others before yourself. This is not that. You're thinking about the boss and the people that pay you. He tried to put a spin on it, but the spin didn't work. See, get what you say, not the spin, because you highlighted it yourself and said, I wake up every morning with two thoughts. How do I make my bosses more money? And how do I get some of it? That is the dumbest ass backward mentality I've ever heard. Like I said, Almighty Flynn said, that's literally the slavest it I've ever heard in my life. Did I not put a heart by that? Oh my gosh, heart that right on up. Yep. Massa been good to us. I'm glad I got somebody that's with me who understands. Oh, I already understand. I already understand you. You know that. Well, I'm glad I ain't on this road alone, because a lot of people, they might look at us as selling out. Sell out? Shoot. Selling out? Only thing I'm selling is my house. Getting another house. That's what I'm saying. They don't want us to be successful. Oh, yeah, that's broke people talking. They ain't got no money. I'm glad I got you. Because without you, me and you, Wilbur, I don't knows what I would do. But now I knows I'm on the right path. We got to just keep Massa happy, and Massa gonna give us a piece of it, right? Yeah, man, he giving us a good piece, man. He giving us a good piece, man. Yeah, we good. And see, that's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, no, don't worry about them other Negroes, man. Just keep doing your thing. Yeah, see, they mad because they want to be in your position. Yeah. Shoot, I'm doing real good, man. Shoot, my credit score went up as soon as I married that white girl. That what I need to do? Yeah, man, I told you to do that a long time ago, man. See, that's why you ain't made it up where I'm at, man. Look at me. Look at me, man. Shoot, all I got to do, man, I ain't got to work out, get in shape, and do none of that stuff, man. I just sit right here, just put this little earpiece in, and just start talking, man. I don't even know what the hell I said just 5 minutes ago. I'm going to look into that. Yeah, man. Man, you see, you trying to please them brothers, man. You can't please no brothers. Man, that's all you trying to do. You trying to play both sides, brother. You gotta let that side go. Man, I ain't tried to please a brother in ever. My people live in my house. Oh, okay. Well, if you tell me that's what I needs to do, then maybe I needs to do that. Right, man. You just keep keep Zaddy happy. If Zaddy happy with you, he gonna make sure you get some of that money. Oh, yeah, he paying me now. But remember before he fired me? Oh, man, that's water under the bridge, man. They had to do that. They ain't gonna let you go, man. Told you, you're good. Just keep your nose clean, man. Just keep doing what they tell you to do, and you're gonna be all right. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. Now, you go back to this. Unbelievable. But see, Stephen A. Smith don't represent me. He don't speak for me. But it explains him. It explains who he is. It explains his thoughts. He tell you how he can make his bosses more money, not doing well for others, as he tried to spin it and make it sound like, oh, I'm thinking of others before I think of myself. No, you think of your bosses and how you can get a piece of the money. That's what you thinking about. So, when you go down these roads and you keep coming up with the same answer to everything, it only comes up to the same analogy. It comes out to the same thing over and over. Yeah, I was watching Boogie, man. It's like, man, think about Pop Smoke, man. Pop Smoke. He was the whole reason I watched this movie. It's a real dumbass movie. But Pop Smoke was the only reason I watched this movie. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I think I done talked about Stephen long enough. But Stephen A., what you doing at them colleges, boy? Yep. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the page, notifications, all of those wonderful things, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man. Gotta make some things happen, man. Got bills to pay. First coming around. So let me start getting on them bills.